Hello and welcome to my bath. 80 days of writing with yours truly, Alexis Marie Chute. So today is day 15. I'm finding it easy to remember because today is February 15th, so day 15. Until the end of this month, I will be able to remember what day it is, as long as I write every day. Okay, so welcome to the bath. I am inspired by yesterday, so day 14, Valentine's Day, February 14th, a day of love. I showed myself some personal self-love by taking some time, playing some video games with my kid, not worrying too much about my writing. I clocked in 0 words yesterday, and that's okay. Woohoo! Freedom! I am distinctly aware that my bubbles are migrating down, so we'll continue to fluff. Anyway, so I'm starting today in the bath doing a little bit of reading. So reading, and I forgot my towel, so I'm going to be getting my book wet. I want to show you a book that I've had for a long time. And I'm gonna make a big mess everywhere. So here's a book that I'm gonna read in the bath. Who likes to read in the bath? I don't recommend reading somebody else's book in the bath, aka don't borrow and drop in the bath. Yes, that's one way to have somebody not want to lend you their books. I was just lent Turtles All the Way Down, and I'm just gonna flip through this. See lovely highlighted spots. Anyway, so I promised this person I would not read Turtles All the Way Down in the bath. But this is my copy, so I'm going to read it in the bath. I will maybe baptize it like I did. Oh, you should look at my Instagram. So I believe this is over Christmas. I baptized my memoir, Expecting Sunshine, by jumping in the pool off of a big rock cliff and totally getting the book wet. And then I did an Instagram giveaway, and so somebody got to get that copy that dried out, but still baptized. And so I get inspired by people like Salvador Dali, who painted beautiful, crazy works of art, and then you can't see my finger quotes, then he baptized them in the water and took his paintings for a dip. Anyway, so I am saying this I'm getting off track, but basically it is so important to be a reader if you're a writer. Sometimes I find that if I'm looking for my voice as a writer, it can be distracting to read the books of others, because then I might try to amalgamate their voice into mine, which I don't do as much because I know the voice I'm trying to accomplish. So in these 80 days of writing, I am endeavoring, bubbles on the chin, I'm endeavoring to write book 2 and 3 in the 8th Island Trilogy. Book 1 is coming out in 4 months, which sounds like a long time, but I've got a lot to do. Anyway, so if you're a new writer and you don't know your voice yet in a certain project, maybe reading something fictional if you're writing fiction, or vice versa, can help you still keep writing, but also find out what your voice is and not steal from somebody else's voice. At the same time, if you are struggling, it can be helpful to learn from other people who are further down the line. Anyway, so I'm reading, what is this called again? 101 Habits of Highly Successful Novelists. It sounds very fancy, and it's basically just writers sharing how they write and how they stick to their guns and how they stick to the motivation of getting words on paper, and because really that's where it starts. You can't edit a blank page, right? So as I enjoy this lovely time where, again, the self-care continues over from Valentine's Day and mental health awareness, I'm going to go and do a little bit of different kind of writing today. So basically, if you watched day 13, I was writing in Banff, Alberta, Canada, which is gorgeous and amazing. At the same time, I got, however many words I wrote that day, 1,000 something. And then I realized, oh my gosh, Tessa, who's one of my main characters, she was in a place where she wasn't supposed to be. And I was like, what? Oh my gosh, what is happening? I stopped mid-sentence and I had this mini writer heart attack, because I'm like, oh, these people who Tess is with are talking about these other people, the Bangles, who have left Jarwaya at this scene. And I'm like, oh shoot, Tessa was supposed to be with them. And yet she is standing still on the island of Jarawai on the northern shore. So man, I had like this mega heart attack, and that stopped my writing flow very quickly. So now I'm going to go back into the, I don't know, maybe like 75 pages I've written so far. And I'm going to go and make sure that my plot lines are correct. And where everyone is supposed to be, that is where they are. And that I'm dropping clues for all the exciting things that are coming. Yeah, so there's lots of exciting stuff. So tonight, I'm going to be doing some work on paper. I'm going to invite you, like I did yesterday, back into my office, which is, we're in a split level house, so halfway to the basement. My kids will be asleep. Please, God, let my kids be asleep. And I'm just going to be working on, I've got sort of 3 screens going at one time. And that's really how I like to edit, because I can really see close up what I'm working on. Anyway, I really want to get to reading. I really want to get to like enjoying this lovely bath. So please stick with me. You'll see sort of a little sneak preview of how I edit as I go back today and rework and put Tessa where she needs to be. Goodness, isn't it crazy when characters are like unruly and they do their own thing? I'm like, for goodness sakes. Okay, now I've got to turn off the phone while not revealing myself and also not getting everything wet. So on that note, I'll give you a bubbly goodbye. Oh yeah, mwah. Have a blissful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.